What is going on, everybody? It is time for the TNA Impact Wrestling review for this week here on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. And I don't know, after watching this show, I've seen some posts about this show that it was good, but I do feel like there was just a tad bit too much talking, just like random, like just talking just for the sake of talking, and it wasn't Eli Drake, so you couldn't just keep me entertained with Eli Drake and expect me to not not care. But any overall thoughts on the show, real quick, before we jump into it, Justin?
I actually really enjoyed this show, but I definitely agree with you. There was a little too much talking, like as a lot as Galloway would say during the show. But yeah, but pretty much the wrestling was really gone here. But
Casey.
Uh, yeah, there was a lot of talking, and I felt like there was a bit of inconsistency from last week in certain matches and storylines and tag teams and trying to. Anyway, let's move on, and I'll complain about trying to break up the dollhouse. How dare you? Sorry.
Alrighty, so let's start with the promos that we had tonight. We had a Drew Galloway promo to start out the show. I kind of like the whole unveiling thing that he did with the title. He had it under his coat, and then he kind of just unveiled it a little bit. I thought that was a little cool thing. He talked about his journey. He talks about what he's gonna do to put TNA on the map again. Matt Hardy would come out, call him a thief, a coward. Um, but you would start to kind of see a more appealing, like more like natural side of Galloway, talking about how he had a party and the police showed up and they joined the party because Matt Hardy, because he said he beat Matt Hardy last week or something like that. Jeff would come out but then he would shortly get attacked by EY and Bram. EC3 would come in to kind of even the odds. EC3 would request a World Heavyweight Championship match, but then Mike Bennett would come out. Galloway would talk about how he would fight anyone at any time, which I like, but I think we get that too much with the face champions, especially in TNA. The last couple of face champions we've had have said the exact same thing. I just kind of want to change it up a little bit, but that does mean 24/7 rules, right? Like that's what we're getting. We're getting 24/7 rules for the TNA World Champion. That's what Galloway told me. He said it. Anyone, anytime. So I'm thinking 24/7 rules, guys.
any
I
place,
think we should.
anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But then
I mean, it could be in your bedroom right now.
it could, but it's not. It's I can see it physically. But you know, I feel like this match, the match that got set up, the Gauntlet match, will be coming up later. Any thoughts on this opening segment, Casey?
Um, it was okay to open the show. I just felt like it was kind of a clusterfuck of fuckery because there was so many people. I thought I was watching Raw for a minute there. But yeah, I mean it set up, what it was supposed to set up, basically the main event and everything like that, which I don't know why they needed to set up this main event since they had a number one contender. They just wanted to say, screw you, Matt Hardy, we're going with Jeff again. Because that's basically what they did. They said, screw you, Matt Hardy, we're going with Jeff again.
Alrighty, Justin.
Yeah, I really liked this opening segment. Pretty much Galloway coming out addressing, how last week was a very chaotic show and how he won the title. And I like how he says like he's been called the chosen one, but he's the guy with potential, and he's like a rising star, but he's never been handed anything, which he proved that last week and stuff. Like, and I just really enjoyed this. And when Matt Hardy came out, he goes like, pretty much called him a thief and called him a liar, and he said that Galloway pretty much robbed him last week, and he pretty much said that he survived 30 minutes against EC3 and Jeff Hardy, but then Galloway came in and took the title. I just really enjoyed it, and we had a whole bunch of people come out like EC3 and Jeff Hardy, and this brawl kind of lasted for quite a while. Like we had a commercial break, and then they came back from the commercial break, and I like how they set up a gauntlet match, which I usually enjoy every gauntlet match in TNA. I don't think there's ever been a bad gauntlet match in TNA because they usually always do good gauntlet matches. But yeah, this was a good opening segment though.
I think one thing that I'm thinking about now, I think the brawl has been kind of overdone for TNA in the past couple of years because they do it all the time with the whole brawl thing to start out the show. I've just noticed it, and it kind of hit me tonight that they kind of do it a lot. But some other promos we had Rude and Storm trying to figure out who their opponents were. The funny moment of this was America's Most Wanted that Storm brought up, and Storm was and Rude was like, that means you'd have to be on both sides, and he was like, that would be awesome, But and then we got yes.
I was talking about that with you earlier.
Yeah.
So.
And then we had the number picking type of a thing throughout the show. We would have a Decay promo on Eddie Edwards that would end up setting up that match, and then we'd have Maria cutting a promo as well. Any thoughts on any other promos from the show, Justin?
I like the beer money promo when he said talking about AMW, talking about how he would have to face himself, and Storm thought that would be really cool. I like the drawings like they did. The one that I really loved most of all was when Matt Hardy came and he stole Rockstar Spud's number. I mean, because he's just a dick. That's the way he is, and he's iconic. He's iconic. Yeah, and and he's a dick also, but. That was probably the best, number picking that they did, and I like how they did that. And what was the other one that we were talking about? Oh yeah,
the Decay and Maria.
The Decay, I like them. They are growing on me each and every week. I really like that. And how that, I like how he said that, that Steve would, bite off his face, in context of the stipulation being legal. And perhaps that wouldn't be ethic, though. I mean, that would be ethic if, he would bite off Eddie Edwards' face. But I love the Maria promo. That was awesome. How she said, pretty much, she's what a real woman looks like, and pretty much take a call from Gail Kim would be really nothing. Would be nothing, pretty much. And oh man, she is. Buddy, Casey, thoughts?
I think the best one was James Storm trying to go for both teams. Because if you think about it, it's genius. He kind of sounded dumb in this promo, like you're an idiot, but the man's a genius. If AMW challenged for the title, he can't lose. He can't lose. He'd be on both teams. Either way, the man wins. Are you trying to tell me LAX?
LAX, and that would be cool if LAX would come back. Homicide.
That I don't know. I was excited for whoever was gonna come, and then I found out who was gonna challenge, and I was severely let down. But that was a funny segment. I liked it.
Alrighty, this show didn't have a lot of video packages, so let's jump into the matches. We had Beer Money versus Mystery Team Number 1, which would be the Bromans.
Wait, are they doing this open invitational every week?
I think it was just for this week. I think.
That'd be cool if they would do this every week until they lose the titles.
They did it this past week until they take the titles off of them.
I know they're gonna lose the titles in the next 3 weeks, so. But who they're gonna lose to, I don't
The
know.
Decay. It's gonna happen. I can see.
LAX.
No. Um, but this match was a pretty good match. It was kind of. I actually kind of liked seeing the Bromans back together. I like the Bromans a lot. When they were a team, and I like the reunite thing. Yes, it didn't make sense. It would have made more sense if this match was for the titles, but it was just kind of an open challenge.
This
So
was
that
for
kind of didn't make sense either. But what
this was for the titles.
was it? Oh, well, it makes more sense then if it was for the titles because I would team up with, like I said earlier, I would team up with Justin to my arch rival Justin to team for the titles, to go for the title. But I thought this was a pretty good match with the Adonis Crab being reversed basically by a super kick. That was nice, and the DWI for the win by beer money. Any thoughts on this match, Justin?
This was a decent match for what it was. I mean, I kind of wish it was a better tag team, but you know, I like the drop kick that Jesse did. That was pretty cool during the match. I like the super kick that James Storm gave for his troubles. That was cool, and of course, beer money retained by the DWI, so that was good. I mean, and like I said, it was a solid tag team match, but I hope they actually kind of do this open invitational every week until they lose the titles in these next 3 weeks. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Alrighty, Casey.
TNA's inconsistency at its finest. The man was already teaming with Eli Drake.
The Prince of Eternia.
So he just randomly Eli Drake.
No. It was for any former tag team champions. So they never been tag team champions.
But why would he leave Eli Drake for a?
Because a belt is more important. You always said you want importance.
Anyways,
the belt.
they put their differences aside for one night.
No.
One night.
Yeah, one night to go for the titles. You said you want importance to the titles, so that's exactly what this was kind of about.
The Bromans do not bring importance to the titles.
But going back to team with someone who you don't really like does bring importance to the titles.
No,
because you want the titles more than you like that person.
Wrong.
DJ does have a point. He does have a point.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the match or just the pairing?
I want to fail. Just fail.
You want to fail? Okay.
You want to fail this test?
That's about right? All right, let's continue. Since Casey don't want to talk about the bromance, because Casey bromance. Anyway, bro. Gail Kim versus Maria. So we thought. Maria ended up cutting a promo, just basically talking about calling out the dollhouse, talking about how the dollhouse is, they're girls, not necessarily women. So basically, this is kind of a breakup of the dollhouse. Basically, what would happen is she would kind of, instead of having a shot at the title, she would say, I'm going to give my shot to whoever wins this match between the three members of the dollhouse because there can only be one leader. So it would get Jade versus Marty Bell versus Rebel, and Rebel. Anyway, Jade was looking pretty vicious in this match, though. I like the new look. I thought it was nice. I definitely like the blue hair and whatnot. I like the new look. I guess that should have clued you in that something was going to happen with the dollhouse this week because of the new look. But I like the new look. I thought she was looking pretty vicious with the STOs and whatnot. And I like Jade a lot. She is more than likely going to be the TNA Knockouts champion very soon. Kind of maybe even a passing of the torch from Gail Kim to her, which will be pretty nice. I like Jade a lot. I'm glad. I didn't really want the dollhouse to break up, but I think at least we got a storyline or something to tell us, hey, we're breaking up, instead of just randomly them coming out differently and coming out separately and just randomly us not knowing what's going on. So Justin, thoughts on the Dollhouse breakup?
This was pretty. It was an alright match. I like when Rebel actually did this crossbody on both Jade and Marty and top rope. That was cool. I like the Tower of Doom. That was a pretty cool spot. I like when Jade and Marty went for a pin at the same time, but they kind of do that, because only one person can pin, and that kind of saw tensions between Jade and Marty. That's when they started going at each other, and it was kind of slow at the beginning. This match wasn't very good until they kind of did that Tower of Doom, and the match Jade kind of brought some life into this match because I think Jade, she was the best out of the Dollhouse in my opinion. And I liked how she ended the match where she slammed Marty on Rebel and then covered both of them for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this was good. So she's your new #1 contender for the Knockouts Championship. So looks like Jade is going to be with Maria,
I think
maybe
that would be cool
as her
because we've
manager.
been talking, kind of Casey and I've talked about it. We've been talking about managers, and maybe Maria, because obviously I know she's got some in ring time left in her, but I guess they're not pulling the trigger on that yet. They're kind of waiting on it, kind of making you wait a little bit. But
And go ahead.
I feel like I feel like we don't know where Rebel is gonna go. We see that Marty Bell's obviously the face. We see that Jade is obviously the heel. So what's gonna happen with Rebel? I'm wondering is my only thing. But I agree with Justin though that the match did start out slowly, but that's because they didn't really want to fight each other. At least Marty Bell and Rebel didn't want to really fight each other. But Casey, thoughts on this match
I have
and
to add
the
one more thing.
oh sure.
And there's oh man, I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Great. Casey, go talk about this match.
This whole match segment was so confusing. First of all, I was like, okay, why would Maria, out of anybody, give up her #1 contenders match?
I mean, she told because it would mean nothing. That would mean nothing because the title means nothing right now with Gail Kim. I mean, she said.
Can I finish my sentence? Can I take my turn to talk? Is that a thing that could possibly happen? Maybe, I don't know. But it was confusing. Shut up, Justin. Because even whether the title means anything or not, it's still the title, and why would she give it up? Especially a character like her, you know. And then even in the Dollhouse's entrance, I mean, they're obviously giving Jade the push, as kind of the new top knockout or whatever, or pushing her to that point. But it still felt like she wasn't really being pushed in the entrance. They still had Rebel kind of in the center, and it seemed like they were pushing her as the leader of the Dollhouse, which was weird. But the match itself was good. It was just confusing as to why. It'll be cool if they do a manager thing, but there's a lot more questions than answers in this because it doesn't seem to fit with Maria's character, being somebody's manager. She doesn't seem unless except for obviously Bennett, but they're married, so that makes sense. But why would she randomly want to manage somebody else? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know how you feel about this, Casey, but maybe, and this is just me kind of looking into it, kind of for future reference, and kind of the character she's portraying right now. She is portraying a heel leader, and a lot of times heel leaders, to me, this is just my personal opinion, heel leaders don't necessarily lead by example. They kind of lead vicariously through other people.
Uh, Now I remember what I was gonna say. So yeah, Gail Kim, she's gonna be defending the Knockouts Championship next week against Jade. So that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen with some shenanigans in that match, and see if I was kind of confused with this promo at the beginning. Wait, what? Like what? I go like I replay this. What?
Did
I
you
go.
really slap yourself in the head when you watching
Yeah,
it?
I actually did something myself. I go like, wait, what? I had to pause. I go like, okay, I am so confused right now. What the hell is going on with this whole knockout
I felt
situation?
Confused.
I felt like also commentary kind of ruined this match.
Yes, because
Like,
they
my God.
I definitely agree with that because they pointed like they showed Maria too much on commentary. They didn't focus enough on the match.
Yeah, it was like, hey, look, we're the commentary team. Oh, there's a match going on too. But we're the commentary team. Look at us. Yeah, look at the couple moves in the match. But look at us.
Any thoughts, Casey, on the leader thing I just mentioned? Just wondering.
And it's still confusing because I don't know. I have to see it kind of work itself out to see how they go about it. Because even with TNA, you kind of sometimes you get an idea of what they're doing and they do something completely different. So until it happens, you kind of can't be sure, really.
Agreed. Alrighty. So next we got the main event. It is a gauntlet.
Actually, you forgot a match on
Did
here.
I? What?
Yeah, you
What?
forgot the no disqualification match. Crazy
I
Steve
did. I didn't write it down. That's
with
right.
Rosemary versus Eddie
Yeah,
Edwards.
Crazy Steve. I just watched the end of the match just now, but Crazy Steve versus Eddie Edwards. This was made off of the promo from the Decay earlier. Really loving the Decay promos, especially. Liking Crazy Steve a lot. This match was pretty good. It was very fast paced. I kind of like that about Crazy Steve. He's still sadistic, but he has a lot of fast paced moves with the cannonball, and whatnot. This fight would kind of start on the ramp, which made sense because there was no DQ. I like that they will start the match on the ramp. They will ring the bell on the ramp instead of ringing it, when they get in the ring. But I thought this match was pretty good. I definitely liked it. I don't know if the no DQ thing actually took much of an effect though. It just kind of allowed Rosemary to get involved. I think that was about it. But Justin, any thoughts on this match?
This match kind of fell flat, in my opinion. I like the ending. That's what made it feel flat. But yeah, I like when they brawled outside the ring at the beginning of the match. Rosemary, she made her presence felt like during like the whole match, like because she distracted Eddie Edwards a lot, and I like the cannonball into the steel steps. That was really cool. I like when Crazy Steve he brought 6 steel chairs into the ring and set them up in all 6 corners. But that kind of bit Crazy Steve in the ass a little bit because Eddie Edwards he rammed Crazy Steve in all 6 corners where steel chairs were, and I don't really like the ending, like I said, with a roll up. Like I just don't like roll ups in my opinion. Like because like Rosemary, she was on the apron. She was trying to like distract Eddie Edwards, and then Crazy Steve ran into Rosemary, and then a roll up. Like seriously, this is a hardcore match. Like I want something to be better, like a better ending in my opinion. But like I said, this match kind of felt flat though.
I don't know if Casey is as well. I'm still waiting on Jimmy Havoc to return to this feud. Casey.
That was the only thing I was gonna say. Where the hell is Jimmy Havoc? This is the perfect opportunity to bring him back. Eddie Edwards is out, or Davey Richards is out, I should say. Why? Why? This is. I hate when they start stories or like storylines, and then they don't continue them for like 2, 3 weeks, and by that time we don't care anymore. Like
They're
done.
very inconsistent.
I'm done with TNA. Cancel TNA. Hashtag cancel TNA.
Alrighty, so now I think, unless there was a dark match that I missed, we have the
No.
main event of the evening. Which, if there was a dark match I missed, I wouldn't know about it. We have the main event of the evening. It is a gauntlet match, and I'm gonna give it to Justin because I said I would give it to Justin, so I'm gonna give it to Justin. And also, I didn't see Willow. Justin said he saw Willow. I didn't see Willow. I must have missed
You
it.
didn't see Willow during the when EY and Bram were doing their picking the numbers.
I didn't. I was doing the other review while I was watching it, so that's probably how I missed it.
Okay then. Well, So this was a Network Contenders Gauntlet match for the World TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Your first entrant was Lashley, which I didn't know that Lashley was in the match until he came out when he did his promo with Drew Galloway before the match. But so your actually number one was actually EC3, but Lashley was in the match. And then they did all right in ring work. And then number three was Spud, and they pretty much double teamed EC3 during the. This was a lot. There was a lot of double teaming during this match, like a majority of this match. And number four, who was number four here? Number four was Mike Bennett, and he also double teamed with Lashley and Spud. And number five was Eric Young, which I thought like, okay, please hope he doesn't go with like do what normal heels would do, like double team with Lashley and Spud and Mike Bennett. He kind of did his own thing. He went after Spud during the match. And then number six was Tyrus. He didn't last very long in this match. Then number seven. Who was number seven in this match? Wasn't it Bram and then Tyrus, he got eliminated. He was the first person to actually get eliminated. Wow, I think Bram was making his entrance or something like that. But well, actually, he was so dominant in this match. Like, he was hitting spears on everybody. Like, he was this dominant in this match, and it was really cool. And number eight was Matt Hardy. And then number, which it was all right. I didn't really take much notes for that part. And then number 9 was Jeff Hardy. And then the final four came down to Hardy. Both Hardys, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. And EC3, and who's their person? Who's the fourth? I can't. My mind's going blank. Who's the fourth person?
Lashley.
No, Lashley. He got taken out. Oh, Pope. I forgot about the Pope thing. When Pope eliminated Lashley. So does that mean we're getting an in-ring action from that? Doesn't mean we're going to get Pope back in the ring. That'd be freaking awesome if we get him back in the ring.
They did last week too.
That's what they need to do. But yeah, I'm happy that he did. But I'm happy he got involved and pretty much they brawled backstage. That was good. EC3, he got eliminated. It was like the Royal Rumble 1992 way with that was pretty much how he got eliminated. And in your final two, it came down to Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. What? You shaking your head?
What if the people watching don't know what Royal Rumble 1992 was like?
Go back and watch it. Like it's Matt and Bennett. They team.
No, you need to explain this 1992 thing. I mean, you weren't even born, so.
I watched it.
Please explain.
For only $9.99, but Matt Hardy and Mike Bennett, they did a double team move, and they that's what they eliminated. Like how he was kind of. It's hard to explain right here, but yeah. But your final two was Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. This was a fine final two. Jeff got some momentum when he tried to go for the whisper in the wind, but then Matt Hardy took advantage and stuff. But I like when Matt Hardy tried to go for the pile driver on apron, but Jeff Hardy did a back body drop and Matt Hardy got eliminated. So your winner and new number one contender is Jeff Hardy. So I'm like, wait, what? Why? What? So are they're not giving this push to Matt Hardy anymore? Like, I don't understand, but so yeah, Jeff Hardy is number one contender once again. So next week on TNA, Drew Galloway will be defending the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Jeff Hardy. But it was a fun match, like I said. I always enjoy gauntlet matches. But Casey, thoughts on this match?
No, neither of us are going to say anything until you explain Royal Rumble 1992.
I did explain it. It was a double tandem move type of thing, like double tandem. Talk about the match.
So this was a good match, and if you go watch Royal Rumble 92,
It's
It's
like
some,
where EC3's hand was like over, like it's hard to explain.
We need Casey. We gotta stop while we're ahead. He's never gonna explain that.
I'm never gonna explain it. Yep, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know why they did this. It was basically like I said before. Screw you, Matt. Jeff's back, so we're gonna give him the push just because he's Jeff Hardy and you're Matt Hardy, and you will always be second best to Jeff Hardy. Um, I don't know. I don't. I still don't think TNA even knows what they're doing with their world heavyweight title picture.
I disagree. I disagree with you 100%.
Yeah, well, you can't even explain Royal Rumble '92, so your point is invalid. DJ.
Um, I I the direction I think I don't know. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. I mean, because the issue is Galloway's the champion, yes. So immediately you think, oh, well, Matt Hardy's gonna get his rematch clause because that's guaranteed to him in his contract. But then you're like, no. But then you're like, okay, I get it. Tyrus, he's the number one contender. He won Gauntlet for Gold. I remember. I saw it. I saw him win it. He's the number one contender. I know. That's what it is. You know, he's gonna win it. And then you're like, wait, but he's in this match. Okay, so never mind. Next, Mike Bennett. Okay, okay. So Miracle versus Leonidas. I see. I see what they're doing. And then Jeff Hardy wins the match, and I'm like, wait, what? you know, um, I enjoyed this match though. I did. I like the gauntlet matches. I do think they changed the rule on me again though in this match. I I feel like the last two is supposed to be pin and submission.
Yeah, same. I thought it was pin submission also.
Yeah, I think they changed it for. I don't know if they ran out of time or something, and they need to change it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, over the top rope elimination doesn't take any longer than a 1, 2, 3 would. But anyway, I like this match. Before the match when they just threw that extra promo in there because they needed more time, I guess, on the show. I think we got a no more talking chant, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. Seeing Pope eliminate Lashley was cool. Because I'm excited to see Pope come back, even if it is for just a short stint. Um, but yeah, Jeff Hardy wins, and now I'm really confused because you have the whole Willow tease that they keep doing. So I feel like he's gonna get like screwed out of the title, or something's gonna happen. And see, and what's even more confusing is they were teasing the Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy thing for the title, but now Matt Hardy doesn't have the title, and Jeff Hardy's no more contender.
I kind of agree with you, Casey. Now, like, I don't think they know what direction they're going in.
Like,
After looking.
but for like a couple of weeks ago, it was fine because
Well,
they had so many different directions to go.
Last week it was fine because like they can, like you said, they can have different directions. It kind of looks like we're gonna be having EC3 and Mike Bennett rivalry, and it kind of looks like we're gonna be having Lashley and Pope. But like, where does Hardy go? Like,
But then a couple weeks ago, it looked like we were gonna have a Drew Miracle feud.
like it's just.
And that's still like the thing is, it's still going on. Like they're all like all of these feuds are running together like around the title.
Yeah, this is. I'm scratching my head. It's like I don't know what TNA's doing. Oh man, they are.
I think that's the issue. They did well. I think what's also an issue is they don't have anywhere to go towards. So like they don't know. Like I don't even know if they know how long they need to book before they can like have like a culmination. Because not that's the one issue about not having as many pay-per-views is you like the writers don't know how long they need to book things in order to have an ending to that certain feud. And I think that's an issue too.
Yeah.
Making go until the next live show. I don't know, but one thing they need to do, like they need to bring more up with the Knockouts Championship. Bring more up with the Kingdom Mountain and the X Division and the tag team also. But the main event, like I'm also confused during that. But they're doing a little more with the world title.
I mean, there's storylines everywhere. There's just none around the rest of the title. which
Yeah.
frustrates me. And it's frustrated me for a while, and not just about TNA, about
And that's
like
what
everyone.
kind of drove me away a little bit from TNA.
Well, it
But
should have drew you away from WWE and everyone else because everyone does it. Everyone's main focus is the world title, and that's it.
I loved in the promo before the match how Drew's like, you know what? We've had enough talking for the night. Don't you agree? And I'm like, isn't that what you're doing right now? What the hell is the point of this?
yeah, but
Kind of like Bobby Lashley taking his hat off to Kurt Angle.
That was freaking funny. Take my hat off. Has a legit hat on. Doesn't take it off. Anyway, that was your TNA review for this week. The show was pretty good. It was just confusing. Like 2 weeks ago, I think I was really excited because I was like, there's so many directions they could go. We were both excited about it. Casey and I, we were like, there's so many directions we could
I
go.
was excited, but
You
I
weren't,
wasn't
you
here
weren't here
though.
2 weeks ago, I don't think.
I
Yeah, you
wasn't.
were here.
But
But I
so
was
I didn't know
watching
if
it.
you were excited or not. So that's what it is. But we were excited 2 weeks ago, like about how there's so many different directions, and now all these directions are just confusing us now. So hopefully they'll clear that up eventually. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. I think they need to have the TNA Impact themed things like once a month or every other month or something, just to have the writers a little more clarity, so they know what they're writing towards. Because if you don't know, what's the main thing, the main point in time you're writing towards, you don't really know what to write. But if you haven't already, Justin, you have a point, or will you just agree with me?
I was disagreeing with you.
Okay, cool. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more TNA Impact reviews. We got WrestleMania retro reviews up already. Taking that road trip. WrestleMania 32 is coming up. We got that review, Takeover. All this stuff. It's all coming. It's all coming. I probably forgot
Predictions,
something. Yeah, I forgot a lot of stuff. But we got a lot of stuff going on. It's just too much.
NXT review.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna move my mouth and let Justin talk, and then it's gonna be like I'm talking in Justin's voice.
All the stuff that we normally do, we're still doing, basically.
Yeah, and then we just added some other stuff
Yeah.
like predictions and monthly stuff. But we will see you guys later. Be sure to give us a like and follow everybody on the podcast, and we will see you guys later.